Okay, it says we're live. Are we going to trust it? We're playing the Are We Live game. And as Miss Radmilla just pointed out, we're also going to play the Can You Hear Me? Can You See Me? Everything else game because, well, welcome to our live stream where we typically always have issues every single week. It's just the way it goes. I never have all these
Did we
issues.
have any last week?
We may have made it through the first live stream in like 6 months last week without an issue. Seemed like there was something small. So welcome everybody. It is January the 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully you can hear me over the loud rooster crowing in the background. If you're watching this back later, by all means leave a comment. We just may not be live because we allow playback and we will respond back to you. So welcome everybody. It looks like we already have quite a few people in the house and everybody's already wishing us bad luck for our live stream, tripping over cords, unplugging stuff. It's always the what's going to take the live
Oh,
stream
geez.
down game. It's something every week. All right. So if you're new to the live stream, welcome. What we typically do is just a hangout Sunday session. We'll talk about what went on last week, what's coming up next week. And we started a tradition like literally 2 years ago of just cooking at the end of a live stream, which we typically do.
Gotta make dinner anyways.
Yeah,
Might
we
as
got to,
well.
you might as well cook. Yeah. Yeah, you're spending your Sunday afternoon with us is what we'd be doing anyways, hanging out on the back porch and cooking. So here we are. So if it's your first or second time, say hello. We got a great community of people here that'll chat with you. You're going to occasionally keep seeing me looking over here. I'm reading y'all's comments off of the laptop. I'm doing my best to answer all of them, but I can't do it. Let's just be honest. So feel free to ask it a couple times. I will try to grab it. So, Riding Out says just finished the Grapple episode. Can't wait for more. Yes, I figure there's probably gonna be a little bit of a buzz with that tonight because we've only been,
Surprise.
yeah, we've only been talking about it for what, 2 years?
Yes. And y'all have helped us get to this point.
Y'all
So
have. So, oh, goodness gracious, a huge shank you. By the way, if you're also new, I can't speak. I have a
can't
fat,
edit this.
yeah, I can't edit this. I have a fat Southern tongue and I always mess up. Plus, I don't think people realize how complicated it is to talk to a camera, to read comments, and be thinking ahead on what I'm going to say next. And I want to go back to this one comment. Like
Yeah.
my brain's going 5,000 miles an hour. But back to the task at hand. Thanking y'all for 2 amazing years of generosity,
Yes.
donating
Absolutely.
to us getting a grapple. And if somebody's new on tonight, we just have amazing, generous viewers. We don't
And thank you to Casey.
a huge thank you to Casey, without a
Yes.
doubt. We just have the most amazing, generous viewers on the planet. We don't ever ask for donations or anything. And somebody, I forget who it was, 2 years ago, said, "Hey, you need a tractor grapple."
Mhm.
Well, it just wasn't in the budget at the time. Somebody started a fund, and my oh my, the donations y'all have done for the last 2 years, and here it's happening. So we've done about all the tractor hydraulics, straight from John Deere. I'm going to be tearing into the tractor this week. Oh, I'm nervous about that a little, installing all the hard lines, the hydraulic valves, everything. I've actually already done made one trip to the hydraulic shop because we have to get all the lines rebuilt on the grapple, plus run lines down the loader arm to the grapple. We'll cover all this in an upcoming episode. And I've got to make another trip back to pick up the grapple because we had to get some specialized fittings and stuff sent in. So there's a whole lot going on in order to make the grapple happen. But y'all, especially with Casey's amazing donation, have 100% covered this. So I can't thank y'all enough because
Absolutely.
we are going to get a ton of work done with this grapple. I have a tremendous amount of trees that need to be cut down that are near power lines. We've got to get them going. And I have been saving probably a year and a half's worth of dropping limbs around the property that are hitting the tractor, that are in the trails and everywhere else, because I've been waiting for a grapple to happen so we can go out there and just cut them all down with the pole saw and then just come along the grapple and
Get
pick
it
them up.
done before it gets hot.
Yes, we're going to do that because we're going to fire up Tiffany's favorite tractor attachment, the chipper. I would love to be able to go get all those limbs, bring them up around the garden, and we typically chip our mulch straight out of the back of the tractor. We're going to do something a little different this year. Right into the garden, which makes a nice kind of weed-free bed, and then the rest of the wood chips we go build compost piles with. So looking forward to doing that. As she said before, it gets nice and warm. I don't want to be out there chainsawing and chipping and everything else during the
Absolutely.
heat of the season. So a huge thank y'all. Um, thank y'all. Same Southern
Yes.
again.
Thank you.
Huge thank you. Let's speak a little more proper tonight if I can help myself. For that amazing generosity. Y'all been amazing. Okay, dokie. Let's grab a couple questions here. So, what's for dinner? Because I'm hungry, says Alan.
All right. So Andrew cooked a smoked Boston butt. Well, two huge smoked
Mm-hmm.
Boston butts yesterday So I was like, what can I do with this leftover pork? And we came up with doing smoked pork fried rice with General Tso's chicken.
It's gonna be a little twist.
Yeah.
Isn't your typical little ham chunks and some pork fried rice. We're gonna do like smoked Boston butt, pork fried
Mhm.
rice with General Tso's. Kind of my request again. I requested supper last week.
Hey, I needed help with that.
Yeah, well, I'm requesting again. We haven't had General Tso's in a while. This is going to be a heck of a twist and use up some of the pork that we have. Although I'm sure we're not using a ton in the rice, so we'll
Nah.
make some more pork sandwiches and stuff with it. But yeah, smoked 2 of those yesterday. I keep telling you I've got a brisket episode coming out for all the people that like watching the smoking episodes and love the smoker that I have. I still love that thing, by the way. And I've had to push that video back due to some other commitments and videos that I needed to get out. But trying to get the brisket video out by the end of this week because, oh my goodness, that turned out so good. I
Mhm.
was thinking about that brisket
We got
again
some
today.
left over too.
Yes, we do. We did freeze some. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. So it's going to be a good meal tonight, too. So Chris says, question. First time heroes wondering, when's the house going to be done? Well, Chris, never. We can kind of say it's done. And Chris, this is not your first time.
Chris, you can change that question to when's the pool gonna be done?
Yeah, just go to something specific. The house will never be done. We always are going to have stuff to do. Y'all know how it is. Always stuff, always fun projects, always add-ons. And you already know that. And this isn't your first time, Chris. You're playing with us. So Addie asked, what's your dog's breed? Plural. So probably want to know both. The one you could see, yeah, right over my shoulder here. Boy, this gets confusing. Look at the camera laptop too. That is my new puppy, Ruger. He is 100% Labrador Retriever. He's a chocolate lab, and he has been a ball of fire. Let me tell y'all something. It was 28 degrees this morning. Actually, we had frost starting yesterday night around 8 o'clock. It
Probably.
got cold and stayed cold all night long. It froze Ruger's new pool completely over this morning, full sheet of ice across the top of the pool, no water. And by 10 a.m.,
He was ice
Rug,
skating.
Ruger was swimming. Well, we're always so worried that he gets cold and all at nighttime. He was swimming this morning, and there
Yeah,
was
that's
just
crazy.
ice. The pool was just iced over an hour before that, before the sun melted it. This dog is crazy. Now, for our other dog, that's her baby. I'll let you try to answer what we think he is.
We think he's like a rat terrier, miniature pincher, fox terrier breed, and he's going on 13. But he's our baby.
Your baby. He's getting very grumpy in his old
He is
age.
getting very grumpy.
Goodness, he's getting so grumpy.
Yes, I don't know how many times a week he tries to
Yeah,
bite me.
but he's a little rescue. He's a little rescue, so we don't really have a clue what he is. Super grumpy. We'll just say that. Starry Spark. Gee, thank you. Haha, got jokes. Says, hi, I have sound and picture. Must be on the wrong channel.
Oh gosh.
Jerk. Again, if you're new, we're probably going to randomly cut off or have an issue. We're going to lose audio or something. It typically happens. We have gremlins around here. Uh, oh, goodness gracious. Let's see what else we got. Now that you have the grapple, lightning protection for the house must be started, says Miss Ramilla. I hear electrical still through the roof, and I was blown away by how much lightning protection done the right way with thick copper wire up there, copper rods, all that stuff. It was like thousands the last time I looked into it. Aside from burning your house down, Lord, I don't want to wish nothing out there, put nothing in the, you know, let's just say it was going to literally cost more to do lightning protection than it would be if lightning hit the house and I had to replace the washer, the dryer, and half the appliances in there. Now, with that said, you don't want lightning hitting your house and burning it down or nothing crazy. We're eventually going to look into it, but stuff's got to drop. I mean, it's just insane. And the size cable and all that you use to do it the right way is extremely expensive. I'm sure there's some other methods out there, a big tower or pole, but I don't really want nothing that looks ugly either. But we do need to do that. Here we are in Florida, the lightning capital of the world. And speaking of, we was laying in bed, what was it, about midnight the other night, 10 o'clock, when that cold front come through. And we had some pretty close lightning strikes there. That's very weird hearing lightning in January when it's cold. That's strange. We had some pretty severe weather come through a couple days ago, and I know people north of us were getting tornadoes and everything else. So
But
weather is getting
nothing
crazy and
like kind
crazy.
of what California's going
Oh,
through.
California. Yeah, I know our buddy Cash probably isn't on here yet. He told me it's gonna be really late. Poor Cash has been getting it, y'all. Everybody's I don't really watch the news, but I've heard about the bomb cyclone and other stuff they call it. But poor Cash has been sending me pictures left and right. Trees down about every day. He's had them fall on his truck. He's had them fall on his shop. He's had them fall on his trailer. He's been cutting up trees every day, and they're just destroying everything, getting tons of rain and wind. So I hate it for the people out in California. Y'all stay safe with that stuff. Let's see what else we got here. And I think Cash is going to try to jump on a little bit. I think he was going to get more chainsaw gas or something. He texted me right before this. He's been working his butt off. So Rodney says chicken coop. Yes. So the chicken coop did get pushed back a little. However, we have harvested some of our chickens, which we had always planned to do. So they're really not crammed in there at all right now. Our hens are a very small breed, and we have one rooster. They're comfortable and they can maintain the space they have for a little while longer. So I took some commitments, as you've already seen, working with some uh, power stations, and I'm moving into some solar stuff on the property because it was probably the number one request that we had last year through the house build and everything. People asking, why aren't we doing some sort of solar, whether it's backup, off grid, anything? And we're moving very aggressively toward some of that this year. It's a decision we made. And as the world gets crazier and the weather gets crazier, like we was just talking about, I want some sort of backup at the least that doesn't require on fossil fuels. And solar is the perfect thing for Florida. So I've accepted those commitments. I'm moving into some solar stuff right now. And then the chicken coop's going to come behind that. So we're heading there. But since I harvested several of the roosters, we have the room now. I'm not as worried about overcrowding. We don't have all the aggression going on in the little coop now. So they're happy, they're healthy, they're good. We're going to get them out of there for long because now with eggs at $8, $9 a dozen, I'm ready to have a coop and a lot more hens.
Yeah, we need the eggs.
World's getting crazier, y'all. We're going to do, I told y'all this year on the channel, it's going to be a lot more about preparation, whether it be more gardening, more foods, meats, eggs, things such as that, backup power, solar power. I used to not be as crazy about that as I am now. That just things are just getting wilder, and it's not just necessarily doomsday stuff. It's again all the bad weather. It's the deep south freezes and just all this unexpected stuff we're not used to. Geopolitical tensions. There's everything. So better safe than sorry, I say. We're going to work on some of that. So Donald says when we get eggs, first dibs he can't afford to buy. Isn't that the truth? Heck, we might set up a stand by the road and we're going to be millionaires if we can get enough hens. uh Wow, I have missed a ton of comments.
You jumped way down.
Well, I didn't mean to. It skipped me to the bottom because it was like, if you're going to sit here and talk forever and miss all these comments, we're just going to shoot you the bottom. I done missed a donation and everything. So let's get back up there and catch that. So Mark, thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
Bullets dog treat fun. What about Ruger?
That was last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need it because we've been buying bones and treats for them to kind of keep them quiet for the live stream. And my goodness, some things got expensive, but they love their little Sunday afternoon bones. It's always a treat. So yes, thank you very much. We've been spoiling them. I done bought heating pads and all kinds of dog stuff that Amazon keeps losing that should eventually show up. About time summer gets here, I'll get Ruger's big outdoor heating pad I ordered and everything else.
Right. Yeah,
We've literally had probably 9 to 12 packages over the last 2 to 3 weeks vanish. All stuff we ordered from Amazon. A lot of it has actually shipped out. Postal service, by far the worst issue we've had. Lost more packages than you could imagine. Just I've been on the phone with Amazon more than you could imagine this last couple of weeks. UPS has lost quite a few packages. I don't know what's going on out there in the world of shipping all of a sudden, but I have literally had 9 to 12 deliveries in 3 weeks go missing. You got to ask for refunds, or you got to ask for please ship it back out. And it's delayed a lot of my content and videos too. It's really impacted me on some of my solar videos I'm trying to get out because I need certain types of things to make that stuff happen. I don't know what the heck's going on, but we're not going to turn this live stream into a complaining session. So Pam says, I see you're wearing jackets. What's your temperature? Well, don't laugh at us now. We are Florida people. So, once it gets in the 60s, we get a little chilly, but it's actually,
Can
I think,
you see it?
I can't see it, but it's got to be mid 50s right now. It was in the high 20s this morning, and there's a little breeze, which is kind of making it a little chilly, but it's settled down a lot. Yesterday, oh my goodness, the wind.
Yeah,
It was miserable with the wind yesterday after that cold front. Just would not stop. And like I said, we was already seeing frost on everything just after sunset last night. But I'd say it's in the 50s. It's dropping. We're supposed to get, it says, weatherman says 30, 31 here tonight, which means we're going to be back in the 20s again. They're always wrong. They said 30 last night. It was 28. They're normally 2 to 3 degrees off. So it's going to continue to drop for quite a few hours through the night. Then we go on a little warm up spell, get a little rain. And I think it would get another cool snap. So I'm enjoying it.
Kind of a real winner.
She's dreaming. Oh my goodness, she's dreaming about her pool so much. She's been on Amazon buying pool floats and all this stuff the last few days. I'm like, it's gonna be a few months we're out there swimming in that pool
I'm
now.
just getting ready.
She's ready for spring and summer so bad. I
I
want to
am.
kill a few more mosquitoes and ticks. I want some more frost, and I want to enjoy a few more fires before we go rushing off into the heat of summer and humidity. Oh, the humidity down here in Florida. Ah, there was one more I was going to catch. Oh yeah, pile driver asked, "Have I used the thermal lately?" I do occasionally bring it out, scan the yard. It's probably been 2 to 3 weeks since I've actually really brought it out and used it well.
We need to probably look tonight since
Oh, a nice
it'll be
cool night,
clear.
they'll be out.
Because when I walked the field today with the dogs, there's lots of armadillo holes out there.
Oh, great.
Lots.
I kind of thought they were coming back. We're starting to see a lot more clay dug up in the field, the holes, and I need to get on that before green grass sprouts in a couple months because now I can actually go out there and flag it, find the holes, and bury and cover all that stuff up before I start beating tractor wheels off again like I typically do.
Mhm.
So I've actually recorded quite a bit of thermal footage. I'm going to release another video on our outdoor channel with that. I do want to go get a little bit more. So yeah, tonight, next few nights might be good nights to go out and do that. Have I heard from Mr. Doug this week? Asked Sharon. I have not. I spoke with him last week, the week before, but I haven't heard anything this week. As of right now, I think the update is he's good. He's in remission, and it may be a while before he has any more updates or doctor's appointments to kind of find anything out. But by all means, please always keep him in your prayers if you believe in that, because his situation, things aren't always guaranteed or 100%, if you know what I mean. So. Uh, he's doing well. I don't think there's going to be weekly updates for any time soon. I think it'll be probably a couple of year updates as he goes and gets scans and checkups and all. I don't know the true nature of all of that. Oh, something I do want to mention before we go off and forget
Yes.
it. Since we didn't pick it up last week and it's been a couple of weeks coming, a very late Christmas gift because, well, we didn't make it up there and pick it up. But James and Miss Bertha, thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank
sending us
you.
in some custom made pot holders and a very nice card. And it even says that she makes these while she watches
Awesome.
us on our live stream. So
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you so much. We've received so many awesome handmade gifts from Rebecca, and Miss Lee sent us in some custom stuff. There's just been so many people. We thank y'all so much. Y'all are always thinking
Yes,
about us, but
thank you.
handmade stuff is definitely a nice touch. We always appreciate it. So I do want to show that off and say thank you very much. Yes,
Take a breath.
I know. So Robert says a dozen eggs is now in capitalized letter 517 in Virginia. We would love that price because Save a Lot here is currently $8 for eggs. You go to our local IGA, they're like $9 and something. We're about doubling you there. And 517 is high because we were just paying what, $3 a dozen. Now
Mhm.
we haven't been back to Costco in a while. It's typically where we can buy stuff like that in
Right.
bulk and get better prices. I don't have a clue if their
Those
prices
all
went
went
up.
up.
I'm sure they went up just like everybody else, but not as bad.
So we had a question a little higher up there about the podcast. Is that still happening?
Yes, I'm sorry I missed that, but I am having to jump around. So the podcast, we have called it completely off. We're just not doing it. Hasn't been enough people watching. I'm joking. I'm joking. We actually just recorded our second episode
Did
right before this live stream. I mean,
and almost got it edited. So
yeah, almost. So it will post tomorrow for the people that are interested. Y'all have had a burning question to know where the heck are the kids?
yeah,
And
we're the babies.
yeah, where's our kids? So what has spurred that um, is some house videos kind of taken off over the last few days too. A lot of people noticed, hey, great house, love it, whatever. Why the heck is it one bedroom?
Mhm.
Where's the kids? Where's the kids' bedroom? What y'all still look young, this, that, and the other. So we go in relatively intimate and get detailed because there's an actual story behind this. And we're going to share that, and it's going to be out tomorrow. And for the people that don't know, we've just recently started a third channel. I don't know why. Life's already so busy, but we have some cool stories, and
Yeah.
people have interest and desires to learn things about us that don't really fit this channel or our other channels. So this
Or
one's,
not everybody wants or is interested in it. So
yeah,
yeah.
that's why I say don't necessarily
Yeah.
fit. That channel's for people that want to know the more behind the scenes
Mhm.
stuff, our thoughts and views and opinions on life and finances, and maybe even some political stuff. We're trying to get crazy in that because Lord of mercy, you can go out in left field on that stuff.
Right.
But that video will be out tomorrow, and we'll discuss why. And some of y'all might be saying, "Hey, that's nobody's business." You're exactly right. We get to choose what we talk about and share.
But enough people asked about it, so
They
we
have.
figured we'd share.
Well,
So
and our live streams is us talking with kind of our more intimate community of people that are really setting time aside to spend Sunday afternoons and stuff with us. And y'all want to know about the more personal side of things, because we always say it's a YouTube family. We're family. And I think our podcast is a great space to talk about that. So if you're just really curious about where the kids are, where we've been hiding them,
They're right here.
yes. We discussed that. That'll be out tomorrow. And then I'm slowly getting my office set up for more podcasting. We're getting excited about that. I'm going to decorate it up, make it a little more professional. And I have some really, really cool podcasts scheduled to come up here in the near future. We're going to talk about land stuff, house stuff, finances, marriage, good stuff, bad stuff.
Bullet wants to join.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah.
He just wants to get away from Ruger. We're going to have all kinds of stuff to talk about. And I'm
It's
going to
really
bring
getting
a
cold.
whole slew of people on there that have good, educated opinions on a lot of these subjects too. It's fun. I'm liking the podcast stuff. So new episode out tomorrow. Glad you asked. Let me go down because I done missed 47 more comments. How are citruses doing? I wish you hadn't asked. They're all dead. They are dead.
That really sucks. How long did we have those two?
Oh wow, our
I thought it
lime
was-
and lemon, we probably had 7, 8 years, maybe longer,
10, yeah.
maybe 10 years. We used to grow them in big pots and we transplanted them. But, well, I'm learning my lesson with the crazy weather that we were just discussing and cold snaps. Even with me wrapping them all up in frost blankets and all, I would have to go out there and literally do burn barrels and stuff around them and cover them in crazy kind of ways. I think moving forward, any citruses we do, we're probably going to have to go back to doing big pots like we used to. And I can put them on pallets and put them inside the shop with the tractor
Gotcha.
on the frosty nights. Sadly, we're probably never going to be able to grow in-ground citruses out here because we're so exposed to the north, the winds, the frost, everything. But you got to keep in mind, we had what was probably single digits one night with the wind chill. We got 19 one night. The next night was like 20. We had several days in low 20s. These citruses.
No, Ruger, down. Beefing.
These citruses just can't handle that. You getting that beep? Don't do that.
No.
Get back over there.
He just went swimming.
Oh, great. Ruger. Yeah. See, here it is chilly. We're wearing jackets and Ruger just went swimming again. So, yes, citruses, I don't know that any of them are going to bounce back.
Down.
And if they do, a lot of times that's not good the way they bounce back. It changes the flavor, taste, everything. All right, boy. You're going to get that beep. Go play. I knew, well, you know that's going to happen. You're holding him right there.
I know.
He's going to play with, he wants to play with his buddy. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to turn the brightness up on the camera now that the sun's setting. I see we're getting a bit dark.
I think that, did you answer the question about the tangerine tree in the woods?
I
think that one's fine. I mean, it's been here for gosh knows how long.
Yeah,
probably.
it actually went through the ice
So,
storm. We had a
yeah.
legit ice storm a few years ago that just crashed trees, broke everything down, just straight up ice storm like y'all get up north. It was so weird for Florida, and it survived that. Sadly, I haven't went out there and checked on it. I should, but I feel so confident it's good because it's been through such bad weather. No issues. That's why I really want to figure out how to graft off that tree or get some more off of it, just in case something ever does happen. But maybe eventually, if I ever get that high tunnel or greenhouse that I've always desired, we could move the plants inside there every time we get frost and stuff too. It just depends on how big we build.
But I had a patient that had plants inside of his greenhouse and it got them too.
Well, they probably didn't run
So,
heat. You run supplemental heat. So I can take one of those diesel heaters that I just got, go put it in there and run it on low all night long, and it'll keep the temperature just above freezing.
Yeah.
You got to run some sort of forced heat in there. So yeah, there it goes. Adventures with Outdoor Eagle says, maybe when you build a little greenhouse. See, we just talked about it. We're thinking the same thing here. So Chris says, another question. Can you let Tiffany talk on the podcast?
I actually talked quite a bit on this podcast.
I think you might have talked more than me.
No, that's not possible.
You talked quite a bit.
That's not possible.
She talked more today than she has on any episode, any video we've ever made. So Chris, wish granted. How about that? Yes. So I know. Trust me, whether she'll admit or not, she prefers me to do the majority of the talking.
I do.
Yeah. She's not much of a public speaker, as a lot of people are not. It doesn't bother me in the least. It really doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So wish granted. Watch the episode tomorrow. Be first, like you always try to be. And we'll let Cash set the cheese trap. Anybody seen Cash yet? He ain't on here yet.
No, not yet. I don't think.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. So we're still doing firewood and selling the woods too. I'm not selling wood because I haven't had enough time to dedicate to making excess. I really want to get into that one day. As things slowly slow down and we get the big house projects all out of the way, I kind of want the channel to go more toward um excuse me, secondary means of income. You always It's always good to have a side hustle, they say. More into the DIY stuff, the fire pits. I want to build some smokers. I want to do a little firewood stand, maybe a little vegetable stand. There's a lot of that I want to kind of start slowing down and doing. Maybe we eventually may have some excess animals and stuff like that, and we'll share it all on the channel.
Yeah, once you get past all these bigger projects,
Yeah,
for sure.
we're slowly winding it down, but this is going to be another year of pretty decent sized projects, but it's not going to be a house, if you know what I mean. So we're eventually going to get there. Right now, what I continue to do is split us enough firewood because we burn through several cords of firewood a year, but it's out here in the yard. We just enjoy it. That's why we built, a strange house, I guess. We want to be outside. Now, speaking of, I have a very large load of firewood to go get, as in trees that still need to be split and cut up and all. And I'm saving them somewhere uh, till this grapple gets done. I'm hoping to get the grapple complete this week and functioning. Then we're going to have a firewood episode coming up very soon. Everybody's saying they want to see the grapple in action. Oh, it's about to get
Oh,
in some
yeah.
serious action, limbs and trees. And then I've got all these firewood logs to go get, and then we'll do an episode of bucking up, splitting. I need to get on us some firewood seriously for next year because we're probably going to burn through every bit that we have saved up for this year, the way it's looking. I got caught a little off guard and wasn't as prepared as I should have been. Not like we're going to go cold because of it. We're not heat the house with it, but
Right.
we enjoy our fires. I don't want to run out
We're
of
out here
firewood.
almost every night.
We
So.
are out here almost every night. So we're going to get back to that. We're going to have some firewood, or I mean, some chainsaws running, log splitter going all over the next couple of weeks, and a grapple. Grapple. And pick logs up off the trailer. I got to get up there and throw my back out and try to get chains underneath them and drag them off.
Yeah, we're super excited about that.
Not as much as me.
I know, you're really excited. I see everybody has ideas to paint the. Crystal was talking about painting the teeth of the grapple.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Paint them red so it'll look like the beast.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah, well, I'll probably wear that paint right off as soon as I start grabbing a bunch of trees there. So let's see here. Just watched your grapple video. Very cool. Starting to build their new chicken coop. Everybody's kind of doing similar stuff because their other coop is falling apart, says James. Yep, I'm excited to get on the chicken coop as well. I just got to prioritize everything. As soon as I think I got it figured out, like I thought I did, something else comes along. But the solar stuff was such a huge request from people last year. I think it's going to be a good interest for the channel, good backup source for us. It's content I want to make, and it's something that's going to make us sleep a little better at night too. So it's taking a little bit of a priority. So Robert says, just want to let Andrew and Tiffany know that his Sunday evening tinkering outside now has to end at 5 p.m. so he can log on and keep up with you guys. And how's the hydroponics growing? Or yes, seeds growing. I'm glad you asked that. I snapped a picture right before this.
Oh, did you? Good.
Yeah. And I need to show that tomorrow. Holy smokes. So I've got a third one now. We were impressed enough. We see that it's working.
Right.
I'm figuring it out. I went ahead and ordered a third one. My romaine lettuce is
I think it's taller than that. It's almost to the light.
it is. I have the light maxed out, which is like
Oh, really? Is it
18
maxed
inch.
out?
Yeah, that's why we need to go ahead and get to eating. We have lettuce coming out of our ears. Now, I burnt the tips of some leaves a while back because I thought I had too much fertilizer. It turns out it was a calcium deficiency and I needed to put more fertilizer. Once I figured that out, they've started shooting back out and greening up and they look awesome.
Super cool to be able to walk into the pantry and gather a bunch of lettuce.
Yeah. Or whatever
Super
else you
neat.
want. My pepper plants are looking amazing. They're getting nice thick stalks. I think we're going to be able to grow peppers right in there. It's going to be so cool to go in your closet, get you a bell pepper
We're
for
all the time using peppers and
we use
recipes
peppers.
and
Everything.
everything.
We're going to be using
So,
them tonight.
yeah.
We love peppers. So it's working great for what feels like a little kiddie system. Now, how long the pump's going to last, that's pump and light, I guess, is the two things to tear up. I don't know, but we've ordered a third one. So what we're going to start doing is rotating out, plant some lettuce, which is our favorite thing that we want to grow in there and we're always
You
using.
hear that, Miss Redmilla? We
Yes.
love lettuce.
Yeah, we love the green stuff that doesn't have much nutrients. I feel bad about that, but we love lettuce. We love salads. So we're going to start rotating it out. We'll let one start growing for probably 4 weeks, for example, and we'll start another one coming behind it, or maybe we'll do every 6 weeks, and we'll have them always in a different form of growth. So as you start wearing one out and you need to You finally get to the last lettuce there, you're already picking out of the next one. Then we'll go clean that one out. And we may eventually wind up with 4 in there. I don't want to get too terribly much grow light going in there because somebody brought up a good concern about all of our canned goods over there. We don't want to get too much light in the room because you typically store your canned goods out of light. But I have something special planned that we're going to be building very soon. And we may be moving some of this stuff, but we'll probably always leave the simple stuff in there we want to grab.
Yeah,
We're just not going to build
the convenience of going in there.
right.
And doing
We're not
that.
going to build a full grow room out in there. Is
Right.
what I'm saying.
If it's out of sight, out of mind, then you don't use it as much sometimes.
Well, we'll see. We're playing around with that. It's working though. It's actually working, and I'm not using much fertilizer at all. Like it seems very reasonable and affordable, and it's not using much electricity either. Especially being they only run 16 hours a day. I may add that up for somebody. I did it a while back. I think it was something crazy. I don't know, 18 cents a day per each of them or something. As far away as we got to drive to go buy lettuce and peppers and everything else, it's not worth it. You'll
And
spend
then it doesn't last very long.
it doesn't, and you'll spend more on gas going to get that stuff than we would do the entire month running those on electricity. So I like it. I love the idea. I think it's so neat to walk right in your pantry and get the stuff. Is that a mosquito?
I thought I seen like a baby
I
one on
haven't
me
seen a
earlier.
mosquito in
Yeah.
forever, and we just had a heck of a frost this morning. Oh, we ain't gonna play that game. Got to turn our new mosquito trap on over there. All right, I've done missed 75 comments, no doubt about that, because I've just been yakking. It's turning into Andrew's live stream tonight. It's all about me. Sorry,
Do I need
Chris.
to go ahead and get the Blackstone going?
Whoa, buddy, don't be so loud. Yeah, you can go ahead and start warming that up.
It's getting a little cold out here, so I figured I'd get it going.
Yep. Okay, so I have done missed another donation. Mark again, thank you so very much. Said Greenhouse Fund, save the citrus.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We truly do appreciate you. I do want to get one going, even if it's a small one. I've actually already been saving a bunch of designs on like Instagram and all. That's my man's Pinterest, is what I call it. Yeah, boys, go. I'm gonna beep you. Really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a cool build for the channel as well. Most people think being in Florida, you don't really need a greenhouse, but to protect and save things and a bit of start all my seedlings this time of year would be awesome. However, I'm already kind of set up in the pantry to start all my seedlings with my little grow kits in there as well. I'm excited about trying that over the next few weeks. We typically plant around the end of March, 1st of April. So, I'll probably wait till somewhere in February to start all my little seedlings, and I'll include that on the channel too. But thank you again, Mark. Truly do appreciate you. With you being landowners, asked Jason, buying many years ago, do you feel the price of the land in Florida interest rates are making that less obtainable to people? Currently, yes. There is a huge difference in price and value of things now based on when we bought almost 10 years ago. But we've already watched this happen before, Jason. In 07, 06, 07, when the housing market was booming again, like we just repeated, land was very similar prices to I see right now, even though we're many years later. Unobtainable. People from down south and wealthier communities, people from way up north, like New York and New Jersey, buying land down here like you wouldn't believe, trying to put subdivisions and all, but not even really. There was a lot of people buying the land down here and they didn't even know. They were just sending wealthy money to real estate agents and brokers and saying, buying it. It sounds too good to be true. I can't believe property's that cheap down there. What they didn't realize is that medium household income down here is a fraction of what it is up there. It's 30, 40, 50 miles to drive to a decent hospital. There's no big cities around. And well, nobody was going to pay tens of thousands of dollars an acre for land down here that was at one point in time $1,000 an acre. A lot of it's low flooding land too. So we've seen that big boom. Economy crashed. We bought our land for a very reasonable price after the last housing boom and bubble bust. And I have a feeling that's what it's going to take again here. We're kind of already seeing some crazy signs of the economy right now. Things aren't looking good. We're starting to see some big commercial businesses around here closing up, like major industry stuff. The signs are out there if you'll pay attention. I have a feeling we've done reached the peak of the land and housing prices. We know we have. They're already starting to pull back. Is it going to be a full-on bubble and crash out last time? Nobody knows, but it's going to take it to get prices back. I would personally tell anybody, at least in our area right now, do not buy land. Do not do it at all. I have a feeling it's going to be a considerable amount cheaper in 12 to 24 months. So hopefully that answers it for you and doesn't doom and gloomy or make you feel bad if you're looking for it right now. But no, things are so overinflated. I wouldn't buy land for nothing right now unless it was just a deal I'd already worked out with somebody, and it just seemed like a fair price. We're heading there though. We're going to get back to there. Things have to reset. You can't have people around here making $30,000 a year and land going for $15,000 and $25,000 an acre. I see in some places, whereas it realistically should be $3,000 an acre here. It's all based on kind of the local economy. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. We're going to talk about some of that on the podcast too, by the way. Probably our next episode is going to be our land purchase. Some tips and tricks, how we went out and bought our land, how we got a good deal on our land. There's a lot of people make mistakes on land buying, a lot. I've actually made an entire list today. I sat down this morning. We're going to make a how to build your own house, be your own general contractor video, and we're going to talk heavily about land purchases. So you may want to watch that. So what did I add? Bone meal? No, Glenn. I just added more fertilizer. A B part that already comes with the kit. It comes with a little pamphlet on the hydroponics that says, hey, change your water and fertilizer out every 2 weeks. It's your general guideline. Well, I was doing that, and it was using the fertilizer up like crazy because I have so much lettuce in there. I went back to doing once, maybe twice a week, occasionally adding fertilizer, and it looks perfect. You can tell the plants are so much healthier. Let's see what else. Man, I have missed so many comments. I apologize, y'all. I've been yakking tonight. Yep. So Glenn says he lost his lemon tree after covering it up, lost every leaf. Same thing with us. I think they got burnt too much. I don't think they're going to come back. And if they do, there's concerns there with like I said, altering the taste. You hear all kinds of weird stuff with citrus if they ever get killed, stunted, and start growing from the roots and everywhere else. And they may never even put citrus back on. So there was one I seen here that was a good question. Is the hydroponics adding extra humidity to the house? I have thought about that, but I'm truly not concerned because we leave the pantry open. There is central AC vents in there, and we run an entire house dehumidifier. So that's no issue at all. We're already controlling the humidity in the house. If a little bit pumps out that room, the thermostat's actually right there. The humidistat is, and the house will kick on, pull through all the recirculating vents, and take the humidity right out of the house. It just means the humidity, or I guess the dehumidifier may run a little longer, but I don't think 3 little tiny hydroponic systems are putting off a whole lot. I see no issues going on in the room. No humidity, no condensation, no mold or any buildup like that. I don't see anything telling me that could be it. One other one here I was going to catch. Oh, Cash finally made it. Welcome, buddy. Hopefully, haven't been dealing with too much today. I know you have. I'd be glad when that storm gets out of California. Y'all are going through it. Let's see what say. Everybody's talking to Cash now. Turn into Cash's show. So John says just planted lettuce seeds today. What's a good fertilizer to use indoor for winter planting? Well, if you're talking the liquid stuff, it's just called a part A and a part B. There's lots of different manufacturers on Amazon that make a liquid fertilizer. I bought one, I think it's called Humboldt's, but it had thousands upon thousands of reviews. That's why I love Amazon. Everybody talked about how well their stuff grew with that 2-part liquid fertilizer. So check that out. I think it's called Humboldt's, if I remember correctly.
We're getting ready. We're smoking.
All right. So let me kick the camera around. We'll watch Tiffany do some cooking here. And see if I can not unplug stuff. If I do, see y'all. Been good chatting with y'all. Let's try not to make this happen. All right. Let me bump the brightness up a little more.
All right, so if y'all missed it, we are doing smoked pork fried rice and General Tso's chicken.
Yeah, that sounds so weird. Smoked pork fried rice.
We smoked Boston butt yesterday, so we're using that leftover pork tonight.
I think y'all can see us. So this is not a cooking show. You're going to see I'm not super zoomed in on the food and all. We'll present it at the end. It's just, well, we're hungry. It's supper time. We're going to cook and we're going to chat with you. Ooh, that bad boy is smoking, but it feels so good.
I know it does.
So for the people that were asking, remember last week was the first time we run the Blackstone without the fan because, well, it was cold. And I've always been doing that for the paint concerns of the metal and stuff right here. Well, no paint bubbled or come off. It does get a little warm, but no issues. Now the towel, that doesn't get warm at all.
Dropping stuff. All right, so I just added some cornstarch to my chicken here just to kind of give it a little bit of a crispy crust as I'm frying it here on the Blackstone. That way that General Tso's sauce sticks to it really good.
I have seen a lot of people start doing that here lately.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of cooking shows myself. That's actually one of the main reasons I'm even on Instagram. I get on their reels and watch food stuff all the time. That and Crazy Rex and everything else that it just constantly recommends to me. Funny stuff, all that other. Have I seen the Tower Garden hydroponics? Asked Maylin Bees. I have. And I'm considering building one because the prices they're asking are outrageous, like $600 for some of these things. And it's a bunch of PVC. So I'm seriously considering building my own DIY system once I get some room set aside for that, because we're seeing the potential here. But with that said, I also do so well growing out in our raised beds. We produce more food than we can ever eat. I got to be cautious how far I dive into this, but I love making DIY content, and I think that stuff would be worth building. But I'm seriously considering one of those systems. And there's 300. I've been wondering where you were. You remember we were supposed to get my truck?
Oh yeah, did he
You're
win the
supposed to
lottery?
get your car. Hang on, we're about to read. He says, "Hello, family. I tried to win that $1 billion lottery, but came up short. Man, I thought you had it. I thought you had it." He said, "But this Powerball ticket that he just bought, he will win $416 million. Well, that'll work.
Hey,
So maybe your car and my truck's still on the table. We wish you nothing but luck. Go win that 416 million. I don't know if you can survive with that. Not as much as the other one, but I think you'll make it. I think you'll make it.
Hey, get out of that garbage, boy.
Oh, that smell good? Does that smell good? Okay, let's see what else we got going on. I want to see you smoke some watermelon. Huh?
Yeah, Crystal said that she was watching a channel that was smoking watermelon.
That ain't even gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crystal. That sounds disgusting. Oh my goodness, what possessed them to do that? No, I love smoked meat, but I ain't smoking no fruit. That ain't gonna happen. So Bruce says pick up some cow mag. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if that's powdered or liquid form, but I can put it right in there. And you are correct. I don't look at my pH, which is kind of critical for indoor hydroponics, but to just be winging it, which is how I wanted to start out, just to see if kind of anybody could just do it and not really pay a whole lot of attention to it. It's working. As soon as you start seeing any yellowing or tip burn, I have learned, go ahead and hit it with a good shot of liquid fertilizer. I mean like 10 milliliters total mixed in some water, pour it in there. And in about 2 to 3 days, you'll see the leaves green up. Everything looks great. So at the moment, it's not overly complicated, but I do need to look at pH and add a few other things. No doubt about that. Let's see here. So Mercury just jumped on. Hello. What else we got going on? Miss Miller want to know if we're going to have some veggies. Well,
yes, we have some onions and peppers in the rice. I even put a little celery in there just to give it a little green.
That's different.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little. Actually, this isn't going to be an overly bad for us meal, other than maybe the old thick, sugary
This
sauce.
kind of fried chicken, yeah.
Nah,
I'm
that's
adding
just
some
skinless chicken
Sazon
breast.
here.
So what'd you call it again?
Sazon.
No, I really don't know what it's called. Saison. Some saison. I hope I'm saying that right. I think that's the one your sister was talking about, wasn't she? But didn't she get it in a liquid form or something?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't your sister talking about the saison? But
Yeah,
she gets it
she
in
was talking
liquid
about a
form.
liquid form, yeah.
Well, yeah, we got to try to find that stuff. I found some on Amazon, but it was outrageous. So, A Outdoors just jumped on, said, love the Grapple video. Welcome. Hopefully, y'all can hear us with all the hibachi sizzling and stuff going on. It's loud in my ear, but I don't know.
Getting hot.
Yeah. All right, so Hillbilly Hermit just jumped on. Welcome. What else we got? YouTube. So, Stephen asked, does YouTube let gun channels get monetized? They absolutely do. However, there's a very special section. Anytime I post a video, you have to go through and check a bunch of boxes stating anything from firearms related content to graphic content to whatever it may be. Is any of that in your video? And whenever you select that, and you have to, or you can get your channel straight up banned, it does give you a different priority on ad revenue and ads. So you can still absolutely be monetized, but you'll notice I get paid far less per view on my outdoor channel, for example, than I do on a channel like this, because this is more advertising friendly and everybody friendly, so to speak. So yes, you can. It's more difficult. You will earn less typically because there's just less advertisers out there that their content, that what they're selling fits that type of channel. Hopefully that makes sense. Way YouTube works is they try to pair ads up with your channel that kind of relates to it and the people watching. And that's a smart business tactic. That's what you want to do. So Brad says, sorry he's late. Don't let it happen again, Brad. Welcome. And let's see here. Good afternoon, Tiffany Andrew from Rodney. Really enjoy your channels. Thank you for watching. So Hillbilly says, it's been here from the start, but you weren't looking at the comments then. Sorry. I can't read every comment. I really can't. By the way, y'all, oh my goodness, y'all should smell that. Actually, it smells like the fair or carnival. That's probably the onions and the peppers.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells so good. I love peppers when they get to cooking. We could eat peppers and onions every day. That's why I want to hurry up and get some growing year round. Oh, let's see. There was one other comment. So, when is your 4-way wedge going to be done? Actually, funny you mentioned that. I was out in the shop the other day, and I've got some 1/2-inch steel, and I was sitting there staring at it, going, "Man, I really ought to build a 4-way wedge for my log splitter." But I got to be careful. I can get scatterbrained. I got too many other projects going on. So your 4-way wedge, Chris, it'll be built when it gets built. Let's think about that.
Add too much extra on you. I said, don't add too much extra.
No, I'm telling you, I've got a million projects, and I just don't have the time. But the good news is, as we knock more and more out, I can keep going down my list. I've got all kinds of cool stuff, but you've got stuff you got to get done too. What else do we have going on? Thank you, Crystal, for welcoming everybody. So Robert says, yes, YouTube likes changing rules on the gun stuff. They do. I mean, it can get political, and there's worldly things going on for all kinds of subjects. Well, advertising and companies and all their views and things change. It's the world we live in. I'm thankful to have a platform to do what we do on, and we do have rules and regulations and things that we have to abide by. It is what it is. The way I kind of look at it's no different than me going to work where I used to work. I was expected to act and be a certain way, or expected to treat customers and everybody else a certain way, certain things you say and, can say and do. So that's understandable. Now, when it starts really getting to the point that serious thoughts and beliefs and things are infringed upon or completely frowned upon, well, that's when you have to kind of make a conscious decision on things. And I haven't experienced that here yet. We're not really experiencing that right now. Overall, in the social media world, YouTube is still very, very open compared to some other platforms that I've been on. If you get to reading their rules and regulations and all, I've yet to really have any major issues over here. As long as you tell the truth when you post a video, that's where a lot of people get in trouble. They don't click and tell exactly what's in the video, trying to get higher revenue and all. A lot of people don't realize that. And then they'll be the first to go on there and complain, YouTube just gave me a copyright strike or a strike on this, or they're going to shut my channel down. Well, a lot of times it's because you weren't being open and honest about the type of content you're producing. And they'll occasionally come along and do manual reviews of your channel, watch videos, make sure you're rating them accurately. They even allow us to rate our own videos and go ahead and monetize it. What'd you say?
Ruger's over here pawing me.
Yeah, he wants to eat. It smells good. I don't blame him. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Are you going to try the external antenna at the back side of the house to try to pick up T-Mobile 5G after the random cell connection on the recent video? Yeah, I did hook up to that in that actual video, that Suncom router. And I'll probably say 95% of the time, 5G is staying lit up. Maybe even more than that, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm assuming I am actually getting 5G here, which is crazy. But I've heard rumors, I don't understand it all, that T-Mobile has some different frequency range that supposedly is further reaching on 5G than all your other carriers, because you typically hear 5G, you've got to be like right there, like line of sight of a tower. And well, there ain't no T-Mobile tower around here. I don't even know where it's at, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm shooting that direction. I think they're piggybacking off of a Verizon tower, but it seems to be working. Speaking of, I have a very special router coming. I think we've about burnt that episode or series out, but there's one more cool one I want to show, and it's helped so many people I literally have people daily thanking me for the internet series because they live like us and they just don't have options. But we got one more cool one we're going to try. It's a router like y'all have never seen. It's actually designed to be, well, completely outdoors and weatherproof. And I think that's going to work good over in my shop. So we'll have at least one more video on that stuff. So yes, perhaps a giant whiteboard in your office for your giant list. I have thought about that. The problem is I can't read my own handwriting. I should have been a doctor. And I'm afraid that would look cluttered. And I have a wife that does not like clutter.
At all.
At all. See? But I have thought about that. Maybe I could put it up in the attic where I would never see it and never remember it.
Yeah. You can put it in there.
No, because I ain't never go in there and see it. I'll go in there every 2 months and be like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to do that on that whiteboard over there.
No, I just added my smoked pork.
Oh, that actually don't look half bad. I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be big shredded stuff. No, that's going to be some amazing pork fried rice. Holy smokes. Wish y'all could see it, but I know I got the camera zoomed out a mile. Peppers, onions, smoked pork chunks. And I'm assuming egg and everything else coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Heck, that's going to be a meal in and of itself. So when's the ladder shirt coming? That's a good question. We probably should have done working on that.
I know.
You started working on a few shirts a while back, and I don't know where we wound up. Her fault.
Haven't had time. Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot you were designing a shirt. It wasn't the ladder one, but it was another very popular request.
Maybe it was the armadillo one?
Nope, it was the plug it in or something like that.
Okay. No, overdue.
Overdue is what I do.
That's what I was.
So we got so many ideas. We're going to start. We'll occasionally just release a short campaign shirt like that. We don't expect to sell many, but for the people that wants it. So the overdue is what I do, is what she was working on. We need to get to the ladder. For the new people, well, the ladder accidentally fell off a house one day because I think somebody pushed it, the wind, and I was trapped on the roof for quite a while. Yeah, funny. Recorded it. Y'all should go watch it. What else we got? Y'all talking about chainsaws and everything else. Y'all must be talking to Cash, much as he's been running chainsaw here lately, all these trees piling up in his yard. So when do we plan on building a deck and getting a pool? Well, Mercury, we already have the pool. We've done purchased it. We went through such an ordeal last year, ordering one, then it not being available, then no pools were available. The good old COVID supply chain issue, we'll blame it on. I'm so sick of saying that. And we finally found one of the pools we was looking for become available about 2 months ago, about a month ago, right before Christmas. And they were offering a pretty killer sale on it. It's what we was hoping. Wasn't quite the size we wanted, but it's something we knew we would be okay with. So we went ahead and bought it. We got it. And it's going to be March, I'm thinking, before we install the pool. We want to do it while it's cool. And we've already been talking with a friend about that. It's going to come over with an excavator, help us dig out, pack the soil. He's got the little laser transit things, whatever the heck they are, that lets you know you slope and grade and get everything perfectly level. So he's going to be coming and helping us. So that's coming. I'm thinking that's going to be March. Now, as far as the deck goes, we got some more talking to do about that. It was going to be, and still may be, a wood deck, but we started really wondering if we just want to carry concrete on out, which is very expensive. But we're going to keep an eye on the way, well, the housing market and economy is doing over the next couple months, see if concrete may drop because it's still sky high, and maybe get a quote or two on that. We're not sure. But regardless, we're going to have a pool in the yard March, April at the latest. Then the deck will come behind that. We'll get all that figured out. We're for sure going to have the pool before swimming weather, which is going to be, well, you don't ever know with Florida. That could be May. That could be June. Could be April. We don't never know. Sometimes you're still swimming at Christmas time here. Oh, what else we got? So are you going to have a pond on your land soon? And what kind of fish are you going to be putting in it? That's Ding Dong 2023. I really, really, really want a pond so bad, but ponds are quite expensive, very expensive, especially for the size that I would want. If we got one, it would probably for sure have some bluegills, maybe some catfish. If it's a really, really big pond, like I would dream about, but don't have the money for, I'd probably try to do something like Bama bass and stock it with bluegills and bass. But if it's going to be a small pond, your better bet's some bluegills and probably catfish in it. And I love bass.
All right, this is my General Tso's chicken sauce that I love from Walmart, and I'm sure other stores carry it. This stuff is so good.
It is good. I like it a lot.
Rip
Oh
the
yeah, I was
flavor
yakking.
away.
You mixed your rice in, and what'd you put on it? The rest of that
I put a little bit of soy sauce in there on it, and I put some of that sazon on there too.
saison.
Smells so good.
Oh, oh, I can't wait to hear this up.
Mm.
There's one other question I skipped over and was going to go back and find, and I don't see it. Well, I've missed it. So Malin B says, this new YouTube, I can zoom in 8 times. Really didn't know you could do that. So I can see the grill just fine. I was trying to see your chickens. Huh. Well, we're going to have to really start paying attention to what we have in the background if y'all can zoom in like that, huh? Thanks for letting me know.
Oh my gosh.
All them boogers I'm constantly getting to them. I'll have to be more mindful now. You're going to have to start paying attention to me.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny.
It is. Let's see. We got anything in the background people don't need to see? Nope. We look good. I didn't know about the zoom in function. We're going to check that out. I figure people would probably zoom one way or another anyways. It is what it is.
I'm just tossing my chicken in the General Tso sauce.
Mm-hmm,
It's sticking really good.
mm-hmm. All right, I'm reading some more of y'all's comments. Looks like a bunch of chainsaw talk, cash talk, everything else talk here. So Clark and Deborah said, love the Ruger pull short. I'm telling you, that dog is crazy now. He loves his new pool. He's in it literally every day, including today. Like I said, it was iced over this morning. As soon as it tried to start thawing out in the sun, he was in the pool. Crazy dog. He loves the cool weather. I feel very bad when summer gets here. He's probably going to turn into that old lazy porch dog and lay on the concrete, hating life, want to be in a fan. He's going to be digging holes, wanting to lay in cool dirt, because as much as he loves the cold, he's probably going to hate this Florida heat. But he's got a good home. Florida was his home.
All right, getting ready for my egg. Almost forgot.
Yeah, don't do that. That's the whole point of good pork fried rice. You got to do the egg.
All right, how much does this one egg cost?
It's about here's about put $27 worth of an egg in here. I can't believe we're doing this. Don't waste that egg. We can sell that thing. Build that deck for the pool. Mm-hmm. 2 eggs? You crazy. We ain't got that kind of money. Let's see here. There was one other one here that just popped up. So I have an idea for a gift for Tiffany to give me. How can I tell her without you reading it?
Just send a email and say Tiffany only.
Yeah, and I'll honor it. Make it a good gift. Hopefully it's a new truck or tractor or something, but I'm gonna need you to send some money in with that too.
I always need gift ideas for him because he is so hard to buy for. He usually always orders whatever he wants.
I know. Well, I like to research, review. I want specific types of tools that'll do a certain thing. I am a bit hard-headed and aggravating when it comes to gifts, which heck, so are you, because you don't really want a whole lot, and I just don't ever know. You don't really want. You're not materialistic. You don't really care for much jewelry and like flowers and all that other stuff. It's usually like, well, I want a nice pair of work shoes or something, or something just odd. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see, 18 eggs or $5 there. Well, y'all, I don't know what it is, a Florida thing. Y'all are getting way cheaper eggs than us. Hopefully ours will jump back down. Yeah, so Miss Ramilla says, I guess Ruger down there is going to love the new pool. I've got mixed feelings on that. I don't know how we're going to keep him out of the new pool because I'm worried about him tearing the liner, which dogs' claws can do. I think it's going to be impossible for us to keep him out. I do have plans to kind of build him his own little pool area over here and play area. It's going to be a fun thing on the channel, maybe a little digging area too, so I can keep him dedicated to that. He hears me talking about him. Here he is. But I have a feeling unless we baby gate lock the pool constantly and don't leave nothing open, we're going to constantly look out the windows and he's going to be out there just doing laps around the pool.
Oh my gosh, did you see the video I sent you of the dog in the pool?
Yes. Yeah, that one today. It looked like a golden retriever, or I guess it could have been a golden retriever just in a above ground pool, nose barely out, walking around. Every time somebody come get him out, he'd go to the other side of the pool. He just wanted to be living
like this. I could see Ruger doing.
No, I see Ruger running 500 miles an hour, diving off the deck right into the pool, going crazy. He just loves water. He's going to dive all in it. I can already see it. Y'all seen him? He's been jumping out the boat and everything else when I'm trying to fish. He's crazy.
All right, I think we are done. I'm about to plate it.
Somebody said, you're using eggs? You can't hide the money. That's right. We got it like that, y'all. Jealous?
Oh, gosh.
Yep, there's our shovel. Hey, buddy. He's hungry. He wants something.
I know. He's been over here under my feet.
It smells so good.
Awkward using my left hand.
Oh, let's see this. So as our chickens backed off laying, we've never got them to lay yet. This is the first month that we were told they potentially could. They're 6 months old, I think, in another week or so. However, I just heard something from a friend that has a lot of chickens. He said he's been hearing rumors. I'm curious if y'all have heard this, of the Dumar feed, which is sold at Tractor Supply, and it just so happens to be what I'm feeding mine. There's been a lot of complaints that people are having chickens not laying while on that feed right now. So just so happens this week I'm going to buy new food for the chickens. We're going to try them on something else in case that rumor is correct. I hope it's not. But we're just now getting to the point where they should be trying to lay. And I'm so excited. Even if we get just one egg, I can't wait. It's the goose that lays the golden eggs, what we're going to start calling these chickens now. Let's see here. Yeah. So we have a pool and a lab. And if we don't use the baby gate, the dog's in it or she's in it. That's exactly how Ruger's going to be. Tiffany bought Andrew a dump trailer, says Chris. Boy, that would be great.
I did. Did you remember?
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, we got it a bit dark, but y'all, we'll snap a picture here. Oh.
Ooh, looks so good.
It smells so good, too. I love that General Tso's. Oh, don't dump it now.
I know. I almost did, I guess.
Ruger would be so happy with that. All right, y'all. Well, it's the time of the day that we're going to wrap this live stream up. We're going to enjoy supper. Are we going to have a fire tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I think we got all of our tasks and chores and work done today. We're going to enjoy a fire, put on a little rock and roll, that crazy rock that brought us together. So thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We truly appreciate it. Thank y'all for your constant support, watching the videos, sharing, and making this dream a reality. We truly do appreciate you. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.